Hi kids, do you like violence? Do you want to watch Keanu Reeves stick 9-inch nails through other people's eyelids? Okay. BRZRKR! Guys, this is one hell of a fucking comic. It's violent as all holy hell. And I didn't really know that much going into it. I knew that the character that this comic is based on was based off of Keanu Reeves. I also know that Keanu Reeves is one of the comic book creators. BRZRKR was created by Keanu Reeves, Matt Kent, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree. So for those that don't know, I am going to talk a little bit about this comic book. This is volume 1, so that ranges from issue 1 to issue 4, but I'm going to try to keep my spoilers as well as my comic panels to issue 1. I want to, show you guys some goods, but keep plenty to the imagination, all right? All right. Buckle up. So right out the gate, we're really getting thrust into the story. We're picking up with a character who looks just like Keanu Reeves, but we don't know much more than that, except for what it seems to be an anniversary of some sort that's landing on the same day as a mission. Now, we don't even really know what the fuck this mission is all about, but we're about to get hit with it really fucking fast. In fact, the way that this thing unfolds right out the gate it's a high-speed car crash. And if you read this book, you're going to kind of laugh at a little bit of like a hidden pun there. This thing is just nitrous coming at you. It is fucking bam, 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 bam. Violence, action, blood, guts, gore. Whoo-wee! After the initial rush of that beginning, we finally get to take a second and breathe and begin to kind of put some pieces together. We'll begin to understand that Keanu Reeves is not just a badass, he's immortal. And now, being immortal can really make you useful. And when you're useful, well, somebody with power always tends to try to use you. And we see that that is exactly what is happening with Keanu Reeves' character. And in fact, because we know that he is immortal, we start to take trips back into the past, and we realize that this using of his abilities has been happening since birth. As we take trips back into the past, it really helps us start to understand the current situation, where our character is immortal, but actually craves being mortal. In fact, that's one of the reasons why he will let the government use him in these situations, because he's just trying to find an end to it all. Now, one of the obvious things about this comic is the violence, but one of the interesting things about this comic is the pacing, because what's in the page and then what's actually being revealed to the reader are kind of like two different things. So you have a fast-paced story that's also slow as all shit. And I'll try to explain this. What's actually in the panels is fast-paced, high-octane action, just blood and guts and gore, and just bam, 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 rapid fire, baby, and it's delicious. But after finishing 4 issues, I realize as far as plot and story, we haven't really gone anywhere. We've just really scratched the surface on who the hell this main character is, which, hey, this is actually a good sign for those of you that like a character-driven story. This is definitely it. I just read 4 issues and it was all about the goddamn character and this goddamn much about what is actually going on. So it is really neat and cool, because you're like, man, this thing is so rapid fire. But if you were reading this as it came out by monthly issues, you're like, shit, I didn't really get a whole lot of the story there, did I? It might be a better book to read in trade than issues. I don't know. I just picked up issue 5, and we'll see kind of how they just start to develop the story. But for 4 issues of comic book to kind of cover as much ground as they did, it's very little ground, but a whole lot of blood. And of course, I want to talk about that blood. This action, guys, is fucking amazing, dude. There's several times where it kept escalating, and this is something I think a lot of those action junkies, or if you like that good old ultra violence, you're gonna love this shit, because it just escalates. It continually takes it to the next level, and it's just bloody good fun. If you want to watch a guy get his arm ripped off and then get beat to death with it, this is your fucking comic. Another reason you guys might be interested in this comic is because I have heard that they're going to adapt it into a movie and an anime. Now, the anime, I'm sure that will be a little bit easier. I am highly interested in a live action adaptation because I want to see if they're going to put as much blood, bone, and guts into a live action film as they do in this comic. It would be possibly one of the bloodiest, highest body count fucking movies ever. And I would be in the front of the goddamn line for that, okay? Well, all right, guys. I'm going to try to keep it nice, short, and sweet, nice and tight. Try not to spoil too goddamn much. But because main reason why is I'm going to continue to read Berserker. I'm jumping into issue 5, and I'm going to spoil the ever-living shit out of that one, okay? So moving forward from here, it's going to be fucking massive spoilers. So I'm trying to keep this one nice and light for you guys. To create that interest, go ahead and pick up this bloody masterpiece that is Berserker. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and keep an eye out because we are going to be continuing our quest for comics. That's right.